car prices are crazy and used Toyota Tacoma values are higher than I've ever seen them. So what do you think CarMax would give me for my slightly rusty 21-year-old truck? Today, let's find out. My 2001 Toyota Tacoma. This truck has some stories to tell. If you've been following along with the saga of this vehicle, you'll know that a few weeks back, it was stolen right in front of me while I was trying to sell it. Luckily, it was recovered a couple weeks later, and yeah, it's here. It's in good condition. The thief didn't do anything to it other than just drive it. No damages, no weird smells. It wasn't driven into a ditch. So I'm super grateful that this truck is back in my possession. But now I gotta figure out what to do with it. I was trying to sell this vehicle, and I do still want to sell this vehicle because I don't need yet another car. If you look around here, you'll see that I have way too many. I featured this truck in a video that I made back in 2019. I really enjoyed my time with the car. That was back when my parents lived in Massachusetts, and they since moved to California. They brought the truck with them. When they got out here, they realized, oh, they didn't really need it. So they didn't really feel like bothering to sell it, so they gave it to me. It's been in my possession for about a year. I haven't done a whole lot with it other than just kind of go to Lowe's and Home Depot. And I already have another truck, so I don't really need another one. My first attempt at trying to sell this vehicle obviously did not go very well, but I have to try again. I guess if any of you want to buy it, just let me know so I can avoid all of these shenanigans. But I do think that I'm probably going to have to list this online again. I'm going to avoid Craigslist. I'm thinking maybe I'll try OfferUp. I might do it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not sure. But you know what? I should see what CarMax will give me for this old truck. You always see videos of rich people taking their exotic cars to see how much CarMax will give them, and then they're surprised at how little it is. I want to take my old kind of rusty Tacoma there and be sort of surprised at how little they give me. Or maybe I'll be surprised that they'll make me an offer that I'll just take right then. Even back in 2019, when I made the video with this vehicle, Tacoma prices were getting pretty out of hand. And now a few years later, with the chip shortage and the pandemic and all sorts of craziness going on with car prices, these Tacomas, even kind of rusty ones like this, are worth top dollar. Now this one right here, this is actually in really good shape. It only has 149,000 miles, pretty low for a 2001. My dad only drove it about 5,000 miles a year. And I'm the third owner. The interior is in great shape. The paint is in pretty good shape. The body's in great shape, except for a little bit of rust in the back. But the main issue with these trucks, especially trucks that spent most of their time on the East Coast, is frame rust. Now, luckily, back in 2009, the frame on this vehicle was replaced under warranty. It was a factory recall by Toyota because so many Tacoma frames had completely rusted out. This was the same way. My dad took it to a shop to have some work done, and they said, nope, we're not letting you drive this home. The frame is about to snap. So yes, a lot of old Tacomas from the East Coast may not be such a good buy if you haven't inspected the frame or if the frame has not been replaced. Luckily, this one's been replaced and it's still in pretty good shape. There's some other rust on the undercarriage, thankfully mostly surface rust. For an East Coast car, it's actually not that bad as far as rust is concerned. But for a Californian, I've lived in California for a very long time, this is not something I'm used to seeing. So if you're from California, you might be kind of taken aback by the amount of rust on this, but if you're from Vermont or Massachusetts, you might think, actually, that's in really good shape. All right, enough yapping. Let's get over to CarMax to see if I'm going to be sorely disappointed. Or maybe there'll just be a little silver lining in all of this Tacoma madness that I've had over the last few weeks. Let's find out. You know, it's funny, every time I drive this truck, I'm reminded at how much I love driving this thing. No, it's not fast. No, it's not really all that comfortable, but it's just sort of a throwback. It's funny to think that a truck like this, a truck that you still see all over the place, I still see tons of Tacomas. In fact, there's one right there. New trucks have just gotten so much bigger. You should see my last video that I did with this vehicle where we compared this to a 2022 Tacoma. That truck is so much taller, it's so much wider, and yet it doesn't even have any more ground clearance than this one. In fact, this car has more ground clearance than the 2022 Trail Edition that we tested. Yes, it's a little cramped in here. This is a very narrow vehicle. It's probably nice to have a little bit more space, a little bit more comfort, but man, trucks have just gotten so big. I really don't think they need to be that big, and that's one of the reasons why I like driving this, is it's just kind of a throwback, a simpler truck. So yeah, I really like this truck. I probably should keep it and get rid of some of my more problematic vehicles. This is only problematic in the sense that it got stolen, not problematic in terms of reliability. It's actually been pretty reliable, but alas, I need to sell this car. I need to get rid of some cars on my property. All All right, so don't skip ahead in the video, but right now go into the comments and post what you think CarMax will give me for this truck. And then maybe at the end of the video, post a reply to see how close you were to your original guess. I'm thinking my prediction would be that CarMax is gonna give me no more than $4,500 for this old truck, which is sad because I could probably get like $9,000 for it, selling it to a private party. But you know, it's an older truck, it has a little bit of rust, and CarMax would probably have to wholesale this truck. I can't imagine that they would actually sell it on their lot. But car prices are so weird right now, maybe they would put this on their lot, I don't know. I guess I could be surprised and they would offer me more. I might actually take like 6 if they gave me 6 for it, just so I don't have to try to deal with selling this truck. I mean, if you had a vehicle stolen the last time you tried to sell a car, you might consider CarMax as well. I definitely wouldn't take $4,500 for it. But you know, cross my fingers, maybe they'll go nuts and offer me like 8 or 9. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. One can dream, right? Okay, so we're at the sea of cars called CarMax. My truck is somewhere over there behind this ocean of vehicles, ocean of SUVs, getting appraised, getting inspected, getting torn apart. I'm sure they're gonna find a lot of things wrong with it. I hope they don't find that much wrong with it. I actually have no idea what kind of appraisal process CarMax uses. Hopefully it's in my favor. We'll find out. Not good when you can overhear the appraisers laughing while they're appraising your vehicle. That's probably not a good sign. All right, here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. What is the CarMax appraisal offer on my 2001 Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive? They told me that it has rust. They told me that it has leaks. They told me that it needs some paint. They told me that the AC needs service. All things that I knew, so good on their appraiser for finding those things. So what did they offer me? The CarMax appraisal offer came in at $5,500. I'm actually kind of surprised. It's more than I thought it was going to be, and I really have to kind of seriously consider that offer. What is it worth to me to not have to deal with Craigslist, to not have to deal with Facebook Marketplace, to not have to deal with people and just have them give me a check? And it's funny, I was just thinking about the day that this truck got stolen, the morning that this truck got stolen. Somebody offered me $6 grand and I turned it down. I should have just taken their money and ran. So I'm kind of wondering, maybe I should take CarMax's money and run. What do you think? What would you do in this situation? A car that was stolen just a couple weeks before when I was trying to sell it, a car that I really don't have room for. I've got way too many other cars here. Should I just take their money? Let me know in the comments below. All right, I think that's gonna be it for today. Thanks so much for watching the continuation of the saga of my 2001 Toyota Tacoma. This is probably the last video I'm gonna make with this truck because, like I said, I've got too many vehicles. I just need to get rid of it. If you're interested, let me know before I take that really nice CarMax money. This is not a sponsored video. CarMax did not pay me anything. I just didn't really know what else to do to try to get rid of this truck. If you'd like to help support the show, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/HelloRoad or buy a Hello Road t-shirt at helloroad.tv/shop. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon.